कार्पण्यदोषोपहतः स्वभावः पृच्छामि त्वां धर्मसम्मूढचेताः यश्रेयस्यान्निश्चितं ब्रूहि तन्मे शिष्यस्तेऽहं शाधिमां त्वां प्रपन्नम्. Arjuna, when he became absolutely confused regarding his dharma, regarding his duties, what exactly he has to do, how he should respond to life, how he should respond to this situation, he did not know. And life is a series of experiences, and continuously we have to act. But when such confusion comes, it creates a lot of disturbance. So he realized that I am absolutely confused regarding my dharma, and I am overpowered by these negative emotions. So he requests Bhagwan that please teach me, yashreyasyan nishchitam bruhi tanme, that what is good for me, what is for my welfare, you teach me. What is hitakari, what is for my welfare, yes, everyone's welfare also, that you teach. See, generally we ask for something which will give us pleasure or profit. But here Arjuna says that teach me that which is for my welfare. And Shishyasteham Shadimam Tvam Prapannam. I am your disciple, please teach. I don't see anything which will remove this sorrow, this grief which is there in my heart, which is burning my senses. So after listening to Arjuna, Bhagwan smiled within. He did not smile openly because he will feel bad that I am miserable here, and he is laughing away. So he smiled and he proceeded to teach him. So the teachings given by Bhagwan Sri Krishna, the essence of the Upanishad, begins from this 11th verse of 2nd chapter. Many great thinkers and scholars and great saints, they have also commented on Bhagavad Gita from this verse onwards. The famous commentary of Bhagwan Sri Adi Shankaracharya, who has written commentaries on the Upanishads, on Brahma Sutra, and so many other independent texts he has composed. He has written beautiful commentary on Bhagavad Gita, and he starts his comments from this 11th shlok onwards. Previous shloks, all the first chapter as well as the previous shlokas of this chapter, he considers that as a prastavana, as an introduction or as a message for us to understand that all the problems, all sorrows are because of moha only, delusion. Moha sakal vyadhin karamula. In the Ramayana also, Tulsidas ji says that all vyadhis, all suffering is because of moha, delusion, not knowing thing as it is. It's called moha. So from this 11th shloka onwards, Bhagwan begins his teaching. The message of the Upanishad is conveyed very beautifully in Bhagavad Gita. In our Vedas, there are, as I mentioned, there are 3 sections. The Karma Kanda is there, the Upasana is there, and the Jnana Kanda is. So the maximum portion of Vedas means the book of knowledge, encyclopedia of knowledge. So the maximum portion is about Karma Kanda. Then we have Upasana, and the last portion of the Vedas are called the Upanishads. They contain the knowledge of that Brahma or the Tattva, the reality. The very essence of these Vedas is given to us in this Bhagavad Gita. The Karma Kanda is beautifully brought out in the form of Karma Yoga in this Gita. Upasana, Bhagwan talks about it as Bhakti, and then jnana also is revealed. So Arjuna becomes the nimitta for this grand knowledge to reach us. So let us begin the shloka number 11. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Ashochan Anvashocastvam Pradnyavadanshcha bhashase Gatasu nagatasunshcha Nanushocanti panditaha Ashochan anvashocastvam Pradnyavadanshcha bhashase Gatasu nagatasunshcha Nanushocanti panditaha. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha. Bhagavan was faced with a big challenge, but for the Lord it is not very difficult. The war was about to begin, and the leader of this great army suddenly became totally confused and gave up his arms. So, to bring him out of his delusion and confusion, Bhagavan started this great teaching. All of us, we have similar situation in our life. The outer situations are different, but there is this moha regarding our own self, and there is moha regarding our duties. And this gives rise to sadness and sorrow in our life. All sorrows, all pain is because of not recognizing ourselves as we are. So Bhagavan begins his teaching by telling Arjuna that you are grieving, you have grieved for those who should not be grieved for. Ashochan anvashocastvam. Tvam anvashochaha. You have grieved. He was grieving right from the beginning, from where he started talking to Bhagavan, he is grieving. There is great grief in his heart. See, generally we grieve when a person has departed or we have lost something. But here they were all alive. But he is imagining in future that all this will die, all of them will die. Bhishma Pitamaha, Dronacharya, and many great people on either side of the army will die. And there was great grief in his heart. And this grief one experiences, and it cannot be eliminated by anything, any object of this world or any other experiences of this world. The grief which occupies our heart cannot be eliminated very easily. But here Bhagavan tells Arjuna that you have grieved for those who should not be grieved for. Now it's a very interesting thing which Bhagavan mentions. Why they are not to be grieved for? There are two main reasons why they need not be grieved. One is from the standpoint of Atma. Atma, the self, doesn't die. It is nitya, it is eternal. So for that which is eternal, for that which doesn't die, you need not grieve for that. And another grief is for that personality. Bhishma Pitamaha as a personality. Dronacharya as a personality. He says that you need not grieve for them because they have led a good life, dharmic life, and they will be going, or they will be living this body also following the path of dharma only. A very interesting situation is there in the Ramayana also, which is connected to this topic here. that when Dashrath Maharaj died and Bharatji was not in town, he was called, he came. He came to know from his mother, he directly went to his mother. The whole place had become very silent and all, nobody was willing to talk to him. So he directly went to his mother and he asked that what happened? Mother said that I have done great work for you, but little problem has come in between. What is the problem? He said, your father died. When he heard this, he just could not bear that sorrow and pain that my father expired and I was not here. So he just became very, very unhappy. Then he asked that what happened? Then she said, the whole story she said. And then she said that Ramchandraji has gone to the forest. When he heard this, he could not bear that pain. It became more unbearable for him than his father's death also. He said, because of me, my brother has gone away and my father expired. So he started grieving, he started lamenting, he started blaming his own mother. Later on, when Vasishtha Maharaj called the meeting, I told you about it, and he mentioned to Bharat that you need not grieve for your father. Why? He gives a list of things. He said, your father has led a dharmic life. And he had followed the dharma till the end. He did not bother about his life. He knew that he will die, but still he kept his words. But he died out of his great love for Ramchandraji. So he has led a dharmic life, so you don't have to grieve for him. Because a person who leads a good life, ultimately his gati is also good. Nahi kalyanakrit kaschita durgatim tata gacchati. Elsewhere Bhagavan says that one who follows the path of goodness, there is no durgati. There is no fall for that person. He evolves. There is a complete evolution for that person. But then again Vasishtha Maharaj gives a list of people for whom you should grieve. He says that those who have taken this birth as a human being but have not led a proper life, they have not taken full use of this opportunity, and those who have not led a dharmic life, we should grieve for them. They can be grieved for. One who is a householder but doesn't follow the dharma of a householder, you can grieve for. One who is a yati, a sanyasi, but doesn't follow that dharma, you can grieve for that person. One who is not following the dharma but wasting away their life and in all sorts of wrong paths, if that person dies, then there is no gati, but there is durgati happens. Because this is a long journey. Our life, this lifetime, is a long journey of evolution. Every one of us are evolving day by day, every day. In all our lifetime, we are evolving ultimately to gain the state of enlightenment. So those who follow this path, then even if they die, they continue. In the 6th chapter,